Welcome to part 3 of 3 easy ways to import data in RStudio. I'm glad you guys have stayed with me this long because in this video we're going to talk about 2 more methods that are very easy and actually build on the methods we learned using the import dataset wizards in the environment pane. The first method will kind of be a shortcut to get to those wizards, and the second method, we're going to use those wizards to actually build code that we can use in our documents, and will make future projects run even faster. So like I said, this first method is really just a shortcut to get to the import dataset wizards that are in the environment pane. But once you've used some of those best practices and you've got a project started, the Files tab. It's a fast way to get right to your files and get them started into the wizard. So let's go ahead and take a look at a comma separated values file first. I'm just going to go to the Files tab. I save all my exports from MLS into my project folder, so they'll always show up right here in the Files tab. You left click on it, you get 2 options, View File or Import Dataset. View File will actually open into the source pane where you could review the CSV file and actually edit it if you needed. Import Dataset will open the Read R wizard. So we don't have to use Browse to go find the data. It's automatically filled in. We'll call this comma data 1, and we just need to click Import. That's it. It's that fast. It uses the same import wizards as we learned in part 2 of this series. Let's go ahead and take a look at Excel data wizard. Now, if you click View File here, it will actually take you to Excel and open your spreadsheet program. So we're going to click Import Dataset. Again, fills out the information. We don't have to browse to find our data. It's already there. We click Import. So far, so good. Let's try a text file or a TSV file. We have our tab data here. We'll click that. Oh, it opened into the source pane. So TSV files won't work with this, and we get the same result with text files. Why is that? Because text files are native to RStudio and can be created in the source pane. If we go to the new tab, we can create a text file. So it automatically just opens those as text files. So the import dataset wizard won't work from the Files tab for tab separated values or text files, but again, you can always go to the environment pane to do that. But this is just another reason I recommend using CSV files for your exports. And for most real estate users, that's going to be a very common export from any of our data sources. Using code to import data can sound very intimidating for a beginning user. But don't fret too much, because we're going to use some import wizards to help us write that code. And once you have the code written, you can use it over and over again. You don't have to keep going through the process of using the wizard. As real estate users, we're typically exporting data from the same data source on a regular basis, but using it for different projects. So if we can build an import using code, we can repeat that code for each new project, and it will make our import that much faster. We don't have to go through the process of going through the wizard and selecting columns that we may or may not want, or we need to reformat, or we need to rename this as a different file set. We just write the code and run it for that import, and it will work much faster for you in the future. Okay, let's try writing code for a CSV file first. I'm simply going to use the Files tab, click on my CSV file, use Import Dataset. We get our preview of our data. We can name it if this is a name we want to use on a regular basis, say data frame 1. We'll hit Tab to get out of that to update the code. We have this code preview in the lower right panel. There's a clipboard just above that. We click that, that copies it. We click Cancel. We have a blank script file here. We paste the code into the script file. I simply use Control V to paste that in. Now, we would have to include this library read R because we need to use the read R package. So we'll run that line of code. Our next line of code assigns to data frame 1 by reading the CSV file, comma data.csv. We can run that line of code. You can see that it was saved to the environment, just like using the wizard any other time. And then we have this third line of code, the view df1, so we can get a preview of it here in the source pane. That's it for writing code for a simple CSV import. Now this file reference here will only work if we're working in a project, because the read CSV function is only going to go out to the project folder, look for comma data.csv, read that into and save it as df1. If your data is located somewhere else, it won't know where to go. You would have to put in a file path to get to that file, either a fixed file path or a relative file path, but I recommend always working in a project so you don't have to worry about that. That eliminates having to find a file path. Now this process works the same for an Excel file. We go through the import, we get our code preview, we can click the clipboard, click cancel, we'll add an extra line there. Now see, this uses the read Excel package, so we have to run that line of code, and now we're ready to save as Excel data, the Excel data.xls file. We see that in the environment pane here, it was imported, and then we can preview the data. So we've just written two different codes to import two different file types. So let's take a look at the tab separated files. Now remember, we can't go to the files tab for tab separated files, so we'll go to the import data set, we'll click browse, we'll select our tab data, but remember we need to specify tab here, so it just wrote all the code for us. We copy that, cancel, add in a line here, paste it. We already have the readr package library, so we don't need to run that, but we will. Now we can import our tab file, and it's been imported. And again, we can preview that by running the view tab data. We just wrote 3 code chunks to import 3 different files and 3 different file types. It really is that easy, especially when using the import wizards to supplement our code writing. Now in the next part, we're going to look at some common issues we encounter when importing, and when we do that, we'll look at some options we can use when writing those code chunks, along with using the import wizard to help us out on that. And we'll discuss some additional issues as well. If any of this has helped you out, please consider subscribing to the channel so you can see future tips and updates. Again, thank you for watching, and be sure to watch the next part of this series.